Hi everyone, it's Jen from Generator74. I just wanted to do a tutorial here on this easel card. I'm not going to make the exact same card, but I am going to use the same measurements as this card that I recently showed on a video. And the way that you do that is you want to take an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock and you want to cut it down the middle. So you want to cut it at 4 1/4. So then you have 2 sheets of paper that are 4 1/4 by 11 inches wide. Then you want to take one of those pieces and you want to cut it at 5.5 inches long. So you will have, and then you have an extra piece that you won't be using for the card, but you can use it to stamp on or whatever. So then you're left with 2 pieces. You've got a 4 1/4 by 11 and a 4 1/4 by 5.5. And the reason that you have that is that this is going to be the face of your card and this is going to be the foundation of your card. So the foundation of your card needs to be scored. So you want to score the foundation at 2 3/4. And I just use my bone folder and my cutter. So at 2 3/4 you want to score it. And also at 5.5. And the reason you're scoring it at 5.5 is so that whenever it folds, you have a base that's still 5.5 inches long. So there we go. So then you want to fold along your score lines. Sort of deepen those creases. So then the shorter piece that's 4 1/4 by 5.5, you want to decorate because that's going to be the face of your card. So for this card, we're going to use this little greeting farm image that I colored and some paper from this Basic Gray Wander pad. So let's pick some paper. Kind of cute. And this paper pad I actually got for free. I think it was when I ordered from 2 Peas in a Bucket. They sent me this little 6x6 pad for free. And I'm assuming it's because it was sort of torn in half. But hey, it's a whole pad of paper. Every single page was here and it was for free. I mean, you can't beat that. I think what I'm going to do is what I did with my other card, and I'm going to emboss the top part of the card front. So I want to get my big shot set up here and put my base plate in here. And let's use this folder here. Just because it has more of a boyish feel to it. And want to put it in the folder. I'm going to put my other plate on top to make my sandwich. And then run it through my machine. So that when we're done, we have just the top part of that paper embossed. And the reason I'm only doing the top part is that I'm going to adhere paper to the bottom, so it's not going to really make much of a difference. So let's put this to the side. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it to cut out a scallop or anything. I'm going to sort of play it by ear here. So here's our card front. And let's decorate that up. Let's see. Maybe I need some coordinating. I could use green. Alright, so let me get this folder out of the way here. So let's cut a piece of this green paper. Let me cut this edge off. It's all cut up. So it'll have to be 4 1/4 wide. And let's just go with like 2.5 inches high Okay. That'll be cute. All right. Let me see. I think I'm gonna cut this piece. You know what? I think I'm going to do a scallop. Let me get my big shot back in here. Get it all set up. This cool paper here. Forgot what I was using. Okay. So we run this through, and then we get our scallop. Set this out of our way. I think I'm gonna need to buy a new chair. My chair is like making crazy noises. Okay. So let's go ahead and adhere this green piece down. First I want to edge it a little bit with some brown, and I'm using Stampin' Up! Basic brown, and I'm just gonna ink pretty hard the edges here, just straight from the pad. And then just go ahead and add some adhesive to it. And then put it on our card front that we have cut. And for some reason, I usually have to trim off the excess. I don't know why. I guess my measuring isn't always the best. So there's the bottom. Here's our scallop. And where did our little guy go? Here's our little guy. So let's go ahead and adhere our scallop down. Sort of put it to the side a little bit and add an angle. Makes it more interesting. And then for ribbon, let's use this brown ribbon I just bought at Walmart. And again, with a sticky piece, I'll have to use that on something else. Okay. And I'm just going to tie a knot on this. I love this dark brown ribbon. I love it. But, you know, I love brown. So, let's tie our little knot. I actually just got a new DVD player that I can watch YouTube videos on. It is awesome. I'm like totally addicted now. And I'm surprised I like walked away from my television, honestly. Okay, so let's get our ribbon scissors here to cut the final edge on here. I'm gonna have to use a and again, with this being for a boy, I just cut straight across, and I don't really have a reason for that other than visually it looks more masculine to me than having an angle on it. You know, I really don't know what to say other than that's just how I feel. Get some 3D adhesive here for on our little guy. And I colored this image in, as I do pretty much all my images, with my Bic markers. I do have Prismacolor pencils, and I use those sometimes when I want a softer look. But for this, with it being sort of more primary colors, I wanted to go with a more vibrant color on the image. So, I don't know if it's just me or my lighting. It's weird. Okay, so that's the card front, and you can put more, you know, stuff on there if you want, but for me, that's enough. And then for the foundation that we folded and scored, what you want to do is not the section that's scored, but this longer section, the 5.5 inch section, down here at the bottom on the edge, you want to decorate that. You want to leave this blank so that that's where you can write your personal message, but down here you want a little section, and that's what's going to keep the card popped up. So we need to decorate down here now. And I think that's where I'm going to use some of this paper here with the like subway map on it. This is about the right width here. So we just need to cut that down to 4 1/4 so that it's the width of the card. So if you hear a noise in the background, that's my doggy eating her supper. So let's ink this too, just so that it matches. Yeah, so I was listening to Pandora through my TV stereo system and watching YouTube videos, and it was like weird seeing myself on my TV. I don't know why, I don't know, it was just weird. And I was watching all my videos that I subscribe to as well. It's just neat. Now I can like sit in my living room and watch it instead of having to be in my craft room when I'm not really crafting, sitting on my chair trying to watch videos, because we all know how addictive they are. So that section I just put straight down, and then this next section is what I'm going to use like popped up. So I want it to be a little bit thicker, so I'm just going to put it on this was our leftover piece. So we need to cut this paper down also to 4 1/4 wide. And let's do, let's see, about 1 3/4 should be good. And then I'm just gonna put it on here so that it has a backing, but first I'm going to ink it up too. It, or put some adhesive on it to ink it. Jeez. Lost my mind, people. And then I'm going to put it on this cardstock here. Can't really see what I'm doing. And then trim that down. And this just gives it a little more strength, or, you know. So then this piece we're going to actually pop up on dimensionals. But first I want to do our sentiment. Now I'm going to make this another birthday card. I know it's like I'm birthday crazy, but I really need to make sure I have enough made up. We got some new employees in our department, and I want to make sure that I have enough. Let's just go with this happy birthday. And this is the Hero Arts Birthday Messages acrylic stamp set. It's really the only birthday stamp set that I have. Yeah, so I keep looking at other ones, but I don't actually buy them, and I don't really know why that is. I'm going to use that piece that was left just to stamp it on, but I'm going to use some color box chalk ink To me, I think they just work better with the acrylic stamps than the Stampin' Up. But that's just me. So then we'll stamp it. I gotta do it down here, guys. I can't really see. There you go. I needed to make sure it was at least somewhat straight, and I couldn't see at the angle I was sitting at. Crazy, huh? And then we'll cut that down about like that. And I might actually just leave it a little bit longer, and I might put a button on there just for some added oomph. Don't want to cover up all of the... I can leave those two there, I guess, and that one over there. Let me see if I have a button that'll work. Blue. Maybe red. I guess most people would have this all figured out, wouldn't they? What's the fun in that? Oh, maybe that one. I like that one. Now I gotta find some thread. I'll just use that baker's twine there. Let's see. Okay. So thread it through. And back up, because I'm going to tie it in a knot. So just cut it off, put that to the side, get my buttons out of the way, and then thread this end through that hole. Just tie it in a little knot. And I already turned off my glue gun because I thought I was done crafting, and then I was watching YouTube videos and it just sucked me right back in, and here I am making a card. Just trim that off. So I won't be able to use my glue gun. I'll need to use a glue dot. But first I'm going to ink this piece as well with my brown. And for some reason I use my Stampin' Up! Ink to ink edges, and I use my chalk ink to actually stamp. I don't know why. It's just habit, I guess. So I'm just going to put that straight down before I put the button on. Like that. It's stuck. And then I'm going to put it like that, and then use my glue dot on the back of my button, and I think I'm going to use a couple just because I don't want it to fall apart. If I can get it to let go. And then just put it right there, press it into place. And then I need to put this section up on some 3D adhesive. And again, that's so that the top part of our card has something to lean against. So you press all those down good. Take the backing off. Probably be loading videos all week, as long as these are. And then I want to put this on here. Whoops. And then all that's left to do is adhere our card front on to the base or the foundation. So we decorated the bottom part of this 5.5-inch section. So now up here, this part that folds over is the part that we're going to adhere our card front to. So I just put the adhesive straight onto that section. That way I don't have to try to figure out how much adhesive to put on the back of the card front. And I put a good bit there because you don't want it to come apart. After you spent the time to make a person a card, you don't want it to like fall apart on you. So then you just adhere it to the bottom of the card. Make sure it's good and straight. Nice and adhered. And then you send them the card, they open it, and then it sits like that. See? So then they have themselves the card that they can show and display. And I forgot I was going to use glue dot on the back of this ribbon because it's driving me nuts. It's waving all over the place. There. So there you go. Easel card with the Greeting Farm stamp. And that stamp is from this stamp set right here. Well, it's just one stamp. It's the, oh boy, Ian. Isn't he cute? So, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you so much for leaving comments and letting me know what you think. Alrighty, have a good week. Talk to you soon. Bye.